standard software like Bitcoin Core was not really designed to be enterprise-level scalable software. That's fine. I mean, it works well for what it's trying to do, but what a lot of companies ended up running into is they would say, okay, we want to add Bitcoin support, or we want to create a Bitcoin-based company, and they would basically throw this problem at the developers, and the developers would spool up Bitcoin Core and start making RPC calls to add wallets and add accounts and keep track of things. And then they would find, once they got to like 100,000 users and accounts, that Bitcoin Core would slow down to a crawl and it would not scale very well. And this was one of the things that BitGo as an enterprise was able to basically break out a lot of the different pieces of functionality that were commonly being used from Bitcoin Core, break them out into a scalable architecture, and then essentially sell access to that to other companies so that they could have highly performant, reliable, and robust queries that they could make to a service to get data and to interact with the network. From a security standpoint, these are hot wallets, so we're going to need much better level security than just keeping private keys in memory on some virtual machine. Preferably having actual hardware security modules that are managing the hot keys, and then having other systems to help manage the keys that don't necessarily have to be hot. I know Chris Stewart is going to be talking about some of the ways that you can approach the private key security with Lightning nodes later on today. And from a business perspective, additional policy enforcement that could perhaps also be done at the HSM level, but basically some additional level of assurance so that you are fairly confident that someone won't be able to just make a single API call and drain all of your Lightning wallets. And of course, boring old accounting tools, being able to put together history on a per user basis and figure out what different users' balances within your system are going to be very important. So I think that covers most of it. But in general, this is something that I think is going to be ongoing for the foreseeable future, and I'm hopeful that we can get some people thinking about these problems, building some tools, hopefully even open source tools that can be collaboratively built on, rather than us ending up with a system where every enterprise has to solve all of these problems independently and ends up duplicating a lot of the work across different companies in this space. So I hope I convinced you that having enterprise adoption and especially exchange adoption is important for a Lightning Network. So if you're not building these tools yourself, feel free to badger the support queues at your local exchange and ask, when Lightning? Thank you.